I would go somewhere with a football team where I can enjoy a football game. Every good thing must come to an end, and I feel like I put a lot into this program.
She's unstoppable. Like, we love playing against each other. We knew that once we got off the court, we were best friends. On the court, don't talk to me.
It's amazing, amazing. Dream come true, man. I thank God every day for him putting me in this position with a nice ring on it.
How did your time at KU prepare you for the NBA?
I mean, just being under Hall of Fame coach and Bill Self. I mean, that's enough said.
Barbara, I want you for life when you marry me.
KU community is worldwide. I played in Turkey, in Europe, and I've seen KU fans even over there. So it's Rock Chalk Jayhawk everywhere I go.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, star power in Lawrence with former Jayhawks from various eras back in town. Ochai Agbaji joins the program with how he's still feeling the Rock Chalk love in the NBA.
And what's next for Wildcat Baseball? K-State play-by-play host Brian Smoller in studio to tell us which stars have decisions to make this offseason and how that super regional run could impact future teams.
And Jerome Tang completes his roster with the best available player in the portal. And Brendan Schneider has new faces ready to contribute. We'll dig into all that and more.
Welcome into K-Nation. Glenn Kinley, Landon Reinhardt. We want to be, well, we're probably not first, but maybe the last people to wish you a happy Father's Day. We still got about 90 minutes left in Father's Day. Call your dad right now if you haven't already.
Pause the program.
If you're a K-State fan, quite a gift that you got this week.
A bucket of golf balls, a coffee mug, barbecue sauce, and a new power forward for you
really big
Wildcat
addition.
dads. We're jumping right in this week. Coleman Hawkins, you are a Wildcat. How about this to fill out the roster? Hawkins comes after 4 seasons at Illinois, averaging 12 points and 6 boards as a senior. 6'10" forward, can shoot it and slam it with the best of them. A lot of experience. 82 starts in 126 games. We know Tang loves his experience, guys. He declared for the NBA draft, but opted to pull out. This is what he had to say at the draft combine when asked what he'd look for in a school.
I would never play in the Big Ten again. I wouldn't play in the Big East. I would go somewhere with a football team where I can enjoy a football game.
Enjoy a football game, huh? I know a spot he'll love full well. Yeah. That's now 13 players on scholarship. Glenn, break it down for us.
Yeah, 13's the max, so you can likely call the roster complete. You never know, though, but it has been an active summer for Coach Tang. Some exciting big men in this class. The 7-footer Ugonna Onyeso from Kentucky. He played 24 games as a sophomore, plus the McDonald's All-American. Bay Fall transfers in from Arkansas. The fiery Akora. We saw him play the Jayhawks in the NCAA tournament. He's really good. And Moby Iko-Goreka, did I get it right?
Nailed it.
I think I was close enough. He was a community college All-American. Yeah. They're giving me some tough challenges here.
Exciting bigs, I'll say. These guys look like they're going to be really fun on the floor.
I think Ugonna is going to be an elite rim protector. The guards, though, no less thrilling. In fact, Doug McDaniel from Michigan and then a three-point specialist from Villanova and Brendan Housen, and a couple guys with a whole bunch of playing time under their belt in Fullerton's Max Jones and UIC's CJ Jones. Not related that we know of.
Not that we know of. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Hey, rounding out those 8+ Hawkins are some returning cats. That includes senior forward David Gasson, sophomore forward Michaela Barich, and redshirt sophomore forward Taj Manning, and also the incoming freshman guard, friend of the program. We were there in Oklahoma for his commitment.
He's an alum.
That's David Castillo.
Love to see it. No new commits in Lawrence this week, but it was a big week of summer basketball nonetheless. We'll start earlier in the week where early 2000s guard Keith Langford made an appearance at Bill Self's kids camp where his son Kaysen was attending.
That'll make you feel old.
Very old, especially me who was born in 01. Langford did make a stop by practice where he told this year's team, some guys will play in the league, some are done after this year, but worry about yourself and run your own race.
Coach never asks. He just puts you on the spot and asks you and says, hey, tell the guys something. But really, I mean, the thing is it's interesting to watch the different guys receive the message. Some guys will take it in the moment. Some guys will circle back maybe when the season isn't going as well. Some guys may circle back after their career here is over with.
And after a nearly 2 decades-long career overseas, Langford was recently named to the Italian team Olimpia Milano's Hall of Fame.
A Hall of Famer on the program.
Hall of Famer on the program, but this next part was too funny not to share. Watch this video. Zeke Bale and Langford dapping each other up, but then this kid in blue just left hanging. K-Nation's Caroline Soro, you know her well. She put this on social media. Mail responded asking for the kid's contact info. We'll have to see if we can do a follow-up with that.
He clearly didn't mean to. He just didn't see him. He's not a bad guy,
No, he's not a bad guy. He's just taller. He's a lot taller than everyone.
He is. Yeah, different line of vision. Hey, one of the coolest events of the year. Well,
Very
it's the 16th annual Rock Chalk Round Ball Classic in Lawrence this past week. And this was my second time going. Voice of the Jayhawks, Brian Handy, is the founder and organizer. He does a terrific job. A fundraiser for kids battling cancer and their families has raised over $1 million over the years. And boy, did the stars come out for this event. Grady Dick, Devontae Graham, Christian Brown, Jalen Wilson, football's Aqib Talib, David McCormick. He hit at least one big shot for KU. That's just to name a few. Plus, it's a great way for these former Jayhawks to get back to Lawrence, all supporting a good cause.
Well, this is a fun game, obviously. You know, it means a lot to a lot of people. When I came out here, originally wanted to be a coach, you know, and saw everybody's face, and, you know, just wanted to get after it a little bit. So it was a really fun experience for me, and it meant a lot to a lot of people.
And Brian Haney, he always give me a call and ask me to come show some love, and it's a great cause, so he already know I'll be here.
Always good to come back, you know, like a second home, obviously, and this event is one of one. Not many events like this, so I love coming back and doing it.
The KU community is worldwide. I played in Turkey, in Europe, and I've seen KU fans even over there. So it's a Rock Chalk Jayhawk everywhere I go.
As you saw, Christian Brown literally gave fans the shirt off his back.
I bet people were wondering, so I'm sure he's happy you let them know.
The current team did make an appearance. You saw them there. Also, new head coach Nate Lee played in the game. But here's the best part. Former Jayhawk Calvin Thompson proposed to his now fiance, which means she said yes.
I love Glenn.
Congratulations to the happy Jayhawk couple.
Big fan of love.
Let's transition over to the football field now. A whole lot of high school recruits in the past couple days for K-State and KU. We're going to focus on a local star for now.
Jayhawk fans, you landed a winner today, and I mean that quite literally. He's never lost in high school or junior high. Axel's Brandon Schmelzley. Like I said, hasn't lost a game. 3 straight undefeated 8-man D2 titles with the Eagles, and he has a whole senior season to do it again.
Wow.
He plays both sides of the ball, a really good defender, but his official social media post says he's signing as an athlete,
he is.
So he could end up anywhere.
All right. Well, we love the local guys, but Lance Leipold strikes again with a big-time portal commitment.
This one is big.
Literally and figuratively. Standing at 6'5", 330 pounds, welcome to Lawrence, Bryce Foster, an offensive lineman that played center for the last 3 years at Texas A&M. 28 starts under his belt. He was hurt in 2022. In 2021, he was an SEC All-Freshman. And, well, we have confirmed that he does plan to not just compete in football, but also with Stanley Redwine's group on the track where he throws the shot put over 64 feet.
Very, very far. 64 feet is with the shot. From future Hawks to past Cats, Chiefs held their Super Bowl ring ceremony this week. K-State's Echo Boydo and KU's Mike Pinnell both got their rings, but of course we had to chat it up with King Felix Anudike Uzama, the former Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and first-round draft pick. He styled out on the red carpet.
For me, it's a very first ring, a big accomplishment throughout the whole season. There's a lot of ups and downs, and then to get jewelry right now for this night is amazing, especially all the hard work we put in this season.
And fellow Chiefs D lineman Chris Jones had some good things about King Felix this week. He said that he gave him a pat on his back for his attitude during the spring camp, so look out for FAU in year 2.
He might take that big sophomore jump. More post-college success. Former K-State quarterback Adrian Martinez named the UFL MVP this week. The Birmingham Stallion quarterback led the league in rushing and tied for first with 18 touchdowns. Just today, his team led to the UFL championship game over the San Antonio Browns.
Picking up on the ground game right where he left off from Manhattan.
He's pretty fast,
dual threat.
and they got another fast quarterback there. Hey, don't go anywhere. Coming up on K-Nation, a Jayhawk making history at the U.S. Open. It's not Gary Woodland, if you can believe it. Plus, that Ochai Agbaji interview is still to come. How he's gelling with another former Hawk while playing with the Toronto Raptors. That's still ahead.
But first, lots of production to fill for KU women's basketball after graduating an elite senior class. We tell you how KU's best player helped with recruitment straight ahead.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you build a foundation for your college career, like transferable credits offered in your high school, earning your high school diploma through GED completion on our campus. Breakthrough to a new career. Manhattan Tech, providing higher education.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
When your clothes come out looking newer, longer, you get to take them for a spin. Again, and again, and again. The unique formula of Persil laundry detergent cleans and helps keep clothes looking newer, longer. So you can wear them on repeat. Get that new clothes feeling. Wash with Persil.
JML Engraving Manhattan provides quality service you can count on. JML can add that personal touch to your gifts, trophies, and special occasions. JML Engraving, celebrating victories in life.
The biggest stars start their morning with Today. Next week, Eddie Murphy, Emma Stone, Roger Federer, and Monday, Kevin Costner, live, plus a Sopranos reunion, only on Today.
Manhattan Area Technical College will help you break through to a high-paying career by empowering you in high-demand fields. Let Manhattan Tech help you break through to a new career. Manhattan Area Technical College, providing higher education.
Welcome back into K Nation. Some new faces on the women's basketball team in Lawrence. KU tasked with replacing a historic senior trio, really historic. Holly Kerskeeter, Tiana Jackson, and Zakiya Franklin.
Yes, but Brandon Schneider's biggest win of the offseason just might be keeping Samaya Nichols. Sometimes recruitment is retainment, and she was first team All-Big 12 as a freshman. But they also hit the portal hard, and Samaya may have helped with that. She played with Sanaya Copeland growing up in the Kansas City area and against each other in high school. Here's Copeland and the North Dakota State transfer Elle Evans on the opportunity to play with five-star Samaya.
She always talked about how much she loved the coaching staff, how much she loved the community, like they're so supportive. It's all around basketball, and that was something that really, I really was attached to.
That's one of the very first things they talked about. As a 2-guard, 3-guard, who wouldn't want to play off of a great point guard, pass well. So yeah, I'm great to be on the court with her, and I'm excited to see what her and I can both do.
Evans shot north of 45% from three last season.
That's very good.
And Copeland may have actually helped Bell self-recruit this offseason, Landon. She's dating A.J. Storr, who also transferred to KU from Wisconsin.
That's journalism.
Shortly after Copeland committed, by the way. So I'm not saying that he followed her, but
you did ask the question.
She says that she thinks it is, but he won't admit it just yet.
I mean, we'll take any of it. Well, we also got a first look at Topeka native Washburn Rural grad Zoe Canfield, who will be a freshman with the Hawks this season. KU got a commitment from Freddie Wallace this week. She scored 18 in a game for Butler Community College as a sophomore. And we'll get some more baseball talk with Brian Smoller later in the show, but a couple of roster notes already. Most notably, K-State shortstop Kaylin Culpepper is draft bound.
That's
the
right.
Memphis native was sensational, specifically in the postseason, headlined by that 3-run homer off SEC Pitcher of the Year Hagen Smith as the Cats topped Arkansas. He hit .328 as a junior with a team-high 59 RBI.
Well, PTU's wasting no time with recruitment over the offseason. Carson Liggett will be a Cat for his senior year. The Louisville transfer and Overland Park native was best as a sophomore. You see that ERA 20 in 2023, 3.42 in 14 starts.
Experience, they want to keep on winning
the
right now.
The Jayhawks adding pieces for next season as well. Malachi Vitak picks Kansas. He made 17 appearances for Creighton this past season, and Connor Maggie transfers from Gardner-Webb, where he was really good out of the bullpen in 29 appearances, a 3.00 ERA.
Some big pending decisions you saw there at the bottom of the screen. How about this for a story? We told you last week that KU senior golfer Gunnar Boyne qualified for the U.S. Open. That's a great story as it is. But then he just decided, I'm going to make the cut.
Why not?
Yeah, I want to play the final 2 rounds. The top 60 of over 100 golfers advance. Boyne was one of them, one of 3 amateurs, and he shot better than Tiger Woods, world #1 Scottie Scheffler, and fellow Jayhawk Gary Woodland, including a 2-under-68 on Friday.
Not a bad day for the kid.
Not a bad day at all.
Hey, Ochai Agbaji was back in Lawrence over the weekend. I caught up with the Jayhawk national champ. Up next, his goals for next season in the league and his favorite memory at KU outside of that 2022 national title.
As soon as I called Devon James, Dustin was very empathetic, helpful in the situation, told me that he was happy we called and that he would handle everything from there. What makes Devon James different is they take particular care in each person's case. They understand that there's unique needs to each person. Sometimes that they need extra care, they need a little more empathy and encouragement, but overall they know that everything's taken care of and in their hands. You should call Devon James because they make it perfectly simple and easy.
27 News is working for you, recognizing and honoring 12 outstanding women in our community at our Everything Woman Banquet.
We are honoring the women featured in our stories on 27 News.
Such an honor to be here tonight with KSNT celebrating women.
Women don't get enough credit for what they do. You know, they lead us in everything.
It's very exciting. We like anything that promotes women.
Celebrating those who are making a difference. 27 News, working for you. The Storm Track Weather Cam Network on 27 News. More cameras covering your community, giving you a live, exclusive look at weather as it rolls across northeast Kansas.
That is the view in Holton as that storm is starting to clear out.
Working for you to provide advance warning of changing conditions. The Storm Track Weather Cam Network, available live to you anytime, online, and on the 27 News mobile app. Sponsored by Prairie Bend Casino and Resort.
You know, I've been trying to find the best way to tell you how good our breakfast is here at Perkins, and I found the best way to do that is to show you. Come try us. Come back to see us. Come home to Perkins. Your table is waiting.
Craving something different and delicious? Check out the area's food trucks at Tasty Trucks. With fresh ingredients, unique recipes, and a dash of local love. Menus and locations are at your fingertips at ksnt.com/tastytrucks or the 27 News mobile app.
All right, welcome back in. All sorts of big names back in Lawrence for the Rock Chalk Round Ball Classic this weekend, including a whole bunch from that 2022 National Championship team.
That's right. Our Jayhawk guest this week is the Final Four's most outstanding player from that title run. Caught up with Ochai Agbaji right after about 30 minutes of autograph signing for the former Jayhawk for KU fans after Thursday's game. Ochai, back in Lawrence. How good does it feel to be back here in Lawrence and for such a good cause?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it feels great. It's obviously a great cause being here back in the community, but just being back with the guys and seeing the fans here is always great. So I love being back here.
The old saying, once a Jayhawk, always a Jayhawk. How true is that? And how much when you're on the road pro do you have fans yelling out Rock Chalk to you?
Oh yeah, I mean they're everywhere. Dave was just telling me they're in Turkey, you know, screaming out for them. So they're everywhere, global, and you know, we feel that love. So it's a brotherhood, and it's a lifelong thing.
I got a tough question for you. If I take out the national championship, what's your favorite memory as a Jayhawk?
Oh, I would say just the whole entire year of 2020. Before COVID, I think, you know, we were the best team, and kind of having that run that we did, I think, set us up for being national championships 2 years later. So.
How did your time at KU prepare you for the NBA?
I mean, just being under Hall of Fame coach and Bill Self. I mean, that's enough said. So I think just being under him and learning, you know, the intangibles to what it takes to win is the important thing. So going into the league, I think, you know, guys like Jay Will, CB, they know those things too. So it's really cool.
What's been the biggest key for you for adjusting to a new team early in your NBA career?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different. I mean, it's a business aspect, but I think it's fun. I think it's cool to, you know, go to one team and then go to another team and, you know, feel things out there. So I think it's a great opportunity in Toronto. I'm there with Grady, so kind of get to take him under my wing and grow with him. So I think that's cool.
I was going to ask you about how thrilled when you got that news. How thrilled were you to be joining with him, because you just missed him here?
I just missed him.
And I know you guys would have had a lot of fun together.
No, we would have had a lot of fun here. You know, if he was a year older, I was a year younger. But no, it's great being on the team with him now, and kind of it's just fun seeing him grow too along with me. So.
Were you taking it easy on him out there tonight? I saw you a couple easy buckets early, but then you let off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
You didn't want to show anybody up?
No. I mean, it was whatever. I was just trying to get easy baskets, but we should have won that, honestly.
Is that the competitor that you are? That you care?
That is. Yeah, I'm kind of ticked we lost, but it was a good game.
Yeah. What's the goal for you as you try to take that next step of your NBA career?
I think just establishing myself. I think that's what anybody wants to do in their young career is establish themselves. So I think just staying focused, staying motivated, staying in the gym, and working on everything in my game.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
I saw you get.
That's a Hall of Famer, most outstanding player, and MVP we've had on the show today.
A really good bunch of Jayhawks and Wildcats that we've seen.
Yeah, all right. We're tossing to break now. You've heard him on ESPN Plus or perhaps even the radio, but K-State's Brian Smoller joins us in studio after the break. We're talking Gene Taylor, how he impacts baseball, more roster turnover, and what to expect from the Wildcats in 2025.
Is that me?
No, it's me, your fireplace. Creosote buildup in my flue can not only be smelly, but it can also be dangerous and cause damage.
Now's the time to have your chimney inspected and cleaned. Call Certified Fireplace and Chimney today.
Central Plains CDL was the best experience. The program was 6 weeks long. I graduated in just under 4 weeks. Cal gave me the training and knowledge so that I was able to pass my test. I'm about to start my career, and I'm very looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting.
Hi, Clay Sherwood here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute. And they want to make sure that you live your best pool life by keeping your pool clear with Pool Life chemicals. Let swims and sweeps keep you cool this summer.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
From clearing land to building sheds or retaining walls to digging ponds, All Seasons Excavating and Landscape is here to turn your vision into reality. Our experienced equipment operators can create landscapes that increase your property's value. Call All Seasons Excavating and Landscape today.
Get an 11% rebate on your bathroom remodel. Menards carries a wide variety of Delta tubs and showers sure to fit your lifestyle. They're designed with durability in mind. This low-maintenance high-crop shower is on sale for $599.99 after rebate. Finish your bathroom upgrade with a new Delta faucet. The convenience of the Lampard pull-down faucet makes cleanup easy. Plus, its elegant design is sure to impress. Now $149.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What are you guys most excited for this summer?
Playing golf at the beaches.
When your chimney decides to join the dinner party uninvited, call Certified Fireplace and Chimney. We're the experts in chimney repairs and replacements. Don't wait for a brick to crash your next gathering. Call now.
Welcome back into K-Nation. We're going to take the time to talk a little Cats baseball right now, and we brought in a pretty special guest.
That's right, Brian Smoller with us here. You've heard him on the call for women's basketball. You've heard him on the call for baseball. We'll start on the baseball topic. Obviously an exciting season. They return to a regional and return to a super regional. I want to ask you this. How do you see this season impacting future seasons for Wildcat baseball?
Well, I really think it's a takeoff point for this new kind of era of K-State baseball under Pete Hughes. They had crawled and fought so hard through the month of April and May to get to that point of postseason to kind of establish themselves. And as you guys know in baseball, so much of the game is mental. And you have to believe that you're good and believe that you can get there and believe that you're worthy of being in that spot. And now that they've done it, now I think they've kind of turned that corner where as they go through the tough times of another schedule that they're going to undoubtedly embark on next year, you can look back and say, hey, we're a program that's deserving of being in this spot. And even though Pete Hughes will talk about Omaha all the time, now you can kind of put some backbone to it, or backing it up, so to speak.
Well, and that was Pete Hughes' plan for years was, hey, I know that we can get here, you got to trust me. Not a lot of ADs like Gene Taylor would say, okay, we'll give you this leash to go do it. To have that come to fruition, how's that feel as a program altogether?
It was one of the more rewarding moments. Winning that regional in Arkansas certainly was a high point, but I think getting the name called up on the screen was the first moment where you're like, okay, all this has paid off to this moment. And I can remember some of those long road trips that we went on in April where you're only playing 6 or 5 home games for 32, 33 days. It made it all worth it. And then you get to that point and you're in Arkansas, and I think we all felt the same thing. It was like, man, the pressure's off. We already kind of got to the point where we needed to get. That's right, and you're just playing. And you saw what happened, Landon. You were there personally, and the guys just played free, loose. They let their talent come through and shocked everybody, and that was, I think, a lot of emotion at the end of that regional was because of that. It was like, man, this is what we all saw was coming, and it just had to happen.
Pete Hughes said exactly that. They're just having fun. Yeah.
Briefly back to Gene Taylor, you could say this is a more impressive feat for him because it's easy to say let's keep the football coach who won the Big 12 title, let's keep the basketball coach who went to the Elite Eight in year one, but to know the game well enough to trust it, even when they weren't in a regional the first few years, I think shows a lot about Gene Taylor. I want to ask you about roster turnover. In college athletics, we see more and more of it. Baseball, not like basketball to where we might have a whole new roster, but how much of a different roster do you anticipate? Because K-State's going to have a lot of guys who could go pro.
Yeah, and I think they expect a lot of those guys that have chances to go pro to go eventually pro. I mean, listen, Brendan Jones would be one that you would hope would be back for K-State, and maybe during the middle of the season you thought for sure he would be and have a great year next year. But he's a junior and only has 1 year of leverage left, so I wouldn't be surprised, especially with the way he played down the stretch, if he ends up going pro. And that's not to mention the guys that are obvious, like Tyson Neighbors and Kalen Culpepper and Brady Day, who all have eligibility left but are likely gone.
Right.
So this team will have a new look next year. But I go back to the whole thing about the sort of backing it up, because now when Pete Hughes gets in front of that team again and we get new guys or whatever else, you're joining a program that's now postseason established and one that was 2 wins away from Omaha. And as we saw with Virginia, as they got and watching those games down in Charlottesville, K-State wasn't that far away from a different result in 1 or 2 of those games. So I think they're very close. I think they can use that as a way to not only get recruits to come visit and see the program, but then also believe that they can get back.
Well, it's one thing to tell recruits you want to get to Omaha. It's another thing to say that you were two runs and really a few runs away from getting there.
I think Coach Tang called David Castillo and said, I know you want to be a cat. Has that feel. We were talking off screen. When baseball's good, it's just a bunch of fun. You've been covering this team for over 2 decades now, right? How much fun was it for you in the booth to get to experience this?
Well, it was a lot of fun. You know, and Matt Walters, who does the games, we've done them for years.
Matt.
That's right. We've done them for years, for 20+ years together. That was one of the cooler moments, just being able to experience that with him. And then also have the call of those games. It has been a long time.
Yeah, well, Brian, I think Wildcat Baseball is more exciting because of you and Matt on the call. I've enjoyed many of them, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
That's awesome. And stick around, guys. There will be more K-Nation after the break.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
At Heartland Door and Window, installing a quality AMAR door is an easy and cost-effective home improvement project. With an average ROI of over 103%, upgrading to quality AMAR doors is a smart investment. From AMAR Carriage Court to AMAR Classica Full View, we have designs that work with any home. Heartland Door and Window now offers garage door screens. These screens can be easily installed with your existing garage door. For all your garage door and screen needs, call the experts at Heartland Door and Window.
JML Engraving Manhattan provides quality service you can count on. JML can add that personal touch to your gifts, trophies, and special occasions. JML Engraving, celebrating victories in life.
Skin feeling rougher than sandpaper? Don't let it ruin your day. Try new Dial Exfoliating Body Wash with a touch of creamy cocoa butter and orange extract. Reveals soft and healthy feeling skin after just 1 shower. Dial up your day.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Welcome back to K-Nation. It is Dad's Day.
It is.
We both have dads.
Day. Yeah, we both do.
And we got some pictures with you to show
I think we said at the top of the show, and it's looking like, yeah, it's time to be the last one.
Me and Dave on the Final Four court, and then us in Emporia State. I believe we're at maybe a spring football game there.
Hey, and there's Derek Reinhardt, my golf partner, my comedy buddy. That's an old senior pick from high school. I love that. And there's
Shout
Phil
out to
Sorrell.
Phil.
Shout out Phil.
Should we get a skull chant going for Phil?
I don't know if they'll appreciate that, but I do appreciate these pictures of young Caroline Sorrell. That's a great picture. That brings the feels, and then Dave.
We're certainly thankful for our dads. My dad took me to games growing up, certainly instilled in me a love for sports.
Yeah.
Now I get to take him to some games with me.
My dad, former collegiate linebacker, so love it all.
Good stuff. Thanks for watching K-Nation.
It's Jayhawk Nation, baby. It's what you always see.
It's amazing dream come true, man. I thank God every day for him putting me in this position.
It's watch on Jayhawk everywhere I go.